Hello people, Lhingr0n here, welcome to my workshop. In this video, I'm gonna make a doll of Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop. Before we start, I want to apologize for the lighting issues I've had in this video. I really hope they won't bother you. Today's victim is gonna be this Supergirl doll from the line DC Superhero Girls. She's the perfect match, not only because of her skin tone, but also because of the face sculpt and the muscles. As per usual, I cut her hair, but I decided to keep it for a future project I have in mind. And then I remove the factory paint with acetone. I removed all the residues and then washed her with dish soap and warm water. To remove the hair from the inside of her head, I used the pointy end of a comb. While I'm doing this, I always keep a jar full of hot water next to me so I can re-soften the head when needed. And now let's start the face up. I sprayed the doll with 2 layers of Mr. Super Clear and then sketched the features with an orange pencil. I just packed in the colors and sprayed her again. Layer number 2 and my light decided to turn yellow for some reason. I don't know. At this point, I wasn't really feeling the shape of the eyes I drew earlier, so I just erased it and started from the very beginning. I sharpened my pencil and then drew the eyebrows. After another layer of Mr. Super Clear, I gave her eyeliner and eyebrows with a black pencil. Now that the face up is almost done, I can finally paint her scalp with purple acrylic paint. I also used acrylic paint to paint her lips cherry red. With this nail art tool, I added white catch lights onto her eyes. And I actually used a smaller one for the smaller catch lights. You can see the difference here. And the final step is glossing. I decided not to gloss the eyes for photography purposes. To make the clothes, I wrapped her in cling film and tape and marked where I wanted the clothes to be. I got the perfect fabric from this Snow White dress, so I just cut the gown and ripped it apart. So here are the pieces for the pants. And here's how I sew them together. I trimmed off the excess and turned them right side out. These are the pieces I used for the top, and I actually forgot to record the making of it, so here's how it turned out. So I used this black shiny fabric to cut thin strips that I later glued onto the top. Then I cut 3 triangles out of Worbla, 2 being the same size. And I painted them with grey acrylic paint. To make the suspenders, I used an elastic, cut it in half and then in half again. I covered the elastic with glue and then applied it to the fabric. Repeated on the other side and glued 2 squares of the same fabric on top of the elastics. And then let them dry under a heavy book. For the thigh-high socks, I used an old stretchy t-shirt in the shade of baby pink, hand sewn along the leg, and then trimmed off the excess. It is now time to paint her nails with red acrylic paint. And I know it looks pretty bad right now, but don't worry, I fixed it. At this point, I wrapped her head in cling film, cut a strip of Worbla, heated it up, glued yellow fabric on top of it, and made Faye's headband. I used the doll's feet to make sewing patterns, kind of. Traced it on Worbla, then I heated the Worbla up, and then applied it to the doll's feet with cling film underneath. For the heels, I used a toothpick that I cut at an angle and glued onto the soles. Then I gave the boots a white base coat. And then painted them with many layers of baby blue. Now, I know that Faye's boots are not black underneath, but I still decided to, make a black sole just for the fun of it. When the paint was completely dry, I sealed everything with Liquitex matte varnish and then glossed. Now let's make the hair. Use 100% purple acrylic yarn and made wefts. I covered the doll's face for protection, then I glued the wefts directly on top of it. After giving her a bob cut, I used an elastic as if it was a headband because trust me, her hair wouldn't sit still. And this is the final result. Please let me know what you think in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We'll see you again in my next video and thanks so much for watching.